Good afternoon. Welcome to Corona Walks number 18. Today's talk is called The Missing Link. What is the connection between government, politics and Corona? Governments all around the world, not just in the UK, are having to deal with some very difficult decisions. In my last video, I talked about how much money was being generated by the huge number of deaths that are taking place that is now available for governments to spend. They're not talking about it, and this is hardly surprising. They're treating this as a war chest that they can use to spend on, hopefully, things to our benefit. So what exactly are they doing with this money? Since my last video, which was barely more than a week ago, we've lost nearly another 15,000 people. That's in the UK alone. Translated into money, that's about another £150 million that the government won't have to spend on pensions for those people this year and next year and for every year that they would have lived. Excuse me. This is an alarming sum of money. And that's based on a UK pension of £9,000 a year. Here in Bavaria, where the average pension's more like £25,000 a year, Boris Johnson won't thank me for telling you this, and it's the same in most European countries. In fact, the UK has the lowest state pension of any country in Europe. But here in Germany, they would only have to kill a quarter of the people that we kill in the UK in order to save the same amount of money. Now, difficult decisions are being made as to what to do with that money. In the UK, there is a political will to continue with a project called Brexit, which I make no secret of my hostility towards. It's caused major disruption to our economic activity. It has humiliated our country abroad, all in the name of something called sovereignty, nationalism, fish, and other stupid nationalistic jibes that our government claim are important for us. And how much money are they spending on this project? And how much money are they spending on dealing with the effects of Corona, which has affected the UK more seriously than any other country in the world? Per capita, we have killed more of our own people than any other country in the world, and we continue to do so. There's been a scandal this week about the amount of money that people have donated to the Conservative Party and how much money they've been awarded in contracts. Some excellent work by a guy called John Danzig. And he states that for every pound that was donated to the Conservative Party, they've been given back £110 in contracts. These are contracts for pieces of PPE which have often been found to be wanting in quality. The most recent one was another £36 million that was awarded to the same Spanish guy who sold us a load of duff equipment earlier, only this time they're FPP2 masks, but they're unfit for use by the NHS because they don't attach to your head properly, because they only have the ear loops and they don't actually have a head fitting. So they don't actually provide you with a quality fitting to the face, which means in effect they're of no use whatsoever. On the plus side, the UK government have been fairly good at getting this vaccine out. However, they haven't been that good at getting people a second vaccine, and we know the difference between getting one shot and two shot makes a big difference to its efficacy. Worse still, they are starting to think about giving people a second shot of the other vaccines. So mix and match. Something the BMA have said, no, don't do this. This is dangerous. This is not good. It's not been tested. We've never done this under experimental conditions. We don't know what it's going to do to people. And to make matters worse, one of the variants, the South African variant, appears to be fairly resistant to the AstraZeneca vaccine. Now, hopefully, there isn't that much of it around in the community. But the danger is that it's going to spread and it's going to take over, particularly as one vaccine starts to become effective against the traditional corona. And we may get more variants. So while on the one hand I'm fairly optimistic that vaccines and other social distancing methods may be able to drive down the infection rates, and we are seeing decreases in the infection rates, which is good, but it's certainly not good enough. We need to see much more of this. And a further concern I have is what's going on internationally. I was pretty upset at what the European Union did with regards to the Northern Ireland border. At least they had the common sense within 2 or 3 hours to realise it was complete madness what they were doing and reverse the decision and say they made a mistake. Unfortunately, we have been involved in a mad decision for 4 years. Not only have we not been able to admit that we've made a terrible mistake, not only have we not been able to go back to the population and give them a chance to reconsider the matter with the full facts in front of them, not the lies that we were told. Now we start to see the empty supermarket shelves in certain parts of the UK, Northern Ireland, where the situation is becoming really quite serious. But also British businesses based on the continent that are struggling to get stocks and supplies. 68% drop in all things going abroad. And what does the government say? Oh, we don't need exports. What? We haven't been self-sufficient since the 18th century. As a country, we need to export and import. It's how we have always survived. I'd love to say I've got more optimistic news. Even the weather isn't being very kind at the moment. I've come out now, this is the afternoon, and it's -5. This is the high temperature today here in Bavaria, and tonight it's going to drop to -14. And as you can see, it's snowing like mad, and I've got my hood on and just about every piece of keep warm kit that you can imagine. I've got my warm gloves and scarves and woolies and everything, and it's just about bearable. But at least the sun's going to be coming out here soon. I hope the sun will be coming out somewhere near you too. Get out, get in the fresh air, wear a mask when you're indoors and when you're in any kind of public place. Look after yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you again in Corona Walks 19 coming soon, hopefully with some better weather.